Hey guys, preparing for a tournament. Of course, it's Friday. I realized something, plugged the battery charger in, took a look inside. You'll see what I mean. I'm not sure if you can see it, so I put a light in here just in case. But as you can see, that's my charger that's laying on the floor. Those holes to the right, yeah, that's where it's supposed to be mounted. So I'm gonna walk you through remounting that. Hitting all the waves and everything, things come loose. So I'll walk you through how to remount that, and we'll see what else we find in the meantime. There's always screws like these that come loose. You really need to take it. See, there's a loose one right there as we speak. So I'm gonna go through, tighten all these up. I'll show you guys my walkthrough. So what I'm thinking, where that is in there, I have this big box, and I know that Nitro makes these containers you can just pull out. So I'm betting that I have room in there. Oh yeah, looky there. I can crawl right in that baby. Well, look what else we found. Another loose screw right on the gas tank. That one needs to be tightened. Alright. I'm gonna crawl inside of here. See if I can't set this up so you guys can see what I was doing. Okay, so basically you gotta make sure you got no wires behind there. Try to line your holes back up. Actually, I'm gonna set some of these screws out a little bit. Hopefully they're all still in here. Of course, they don't make battery chargers light, that's for sure. Basically, I'm just screwing the screws back in. Hopefully, they're not stripped out. If they are, we're going to have another issue. Seems like they're holding. Should be one in each corner, on most chargers at least, from what I've found. Alright, she's starting to hold herself up, so I'm going to get on these a little bit more. I got one side in. The back side is going to be the worst, of course, but those two are tight enough to hold it right now. What I may try to do is come through this side and get the other ones. I'm just not sure how that's going to work. So these are going to be the tough ones. I can reach it. Ain't none of this easy, fellas. And it's worse the older you get. So I had to move the battery out of the way, of course. That's always the best part, to get to this last screw. Upside down screwing in on a hot Friday afternoon. Okay guys, I think that's it. We should be good to go now. Alright, we'll slide the old battery back, make sure you don't have any wires in the way or anything. strap that baby back down. Oop, looky there. Busted. So I got no strap now to hold that battery down. Busted off inside of there. Okay, that's one for the checklist. So this is that nut that was sticking out. Luckily, I think I can squeeze enough room to get to it. I'm gonna hit a couple more of these while I'm here, just to make sure they're tight. All right. Now, we'll get back to something else. So with that back installed, the battery charger back on the wall, we're tight. It's got little rubber bushings. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, that are in between there for a little vibration and so forth. Shock absorber, I guess you can call it, but we're gonna tighten up a few of these bolts in here. This is the one I found on the gas tank. Yeah, they were both pretty loose. Tighten up all of these while I'm here. If not, they'll be laying on the floor. Yeah, because they're pretty much all loose. Alright, I think we're good to go here. We'll check the other side while we're at it. Okay, this is the other side. Oh, this one's heavy. This one's got all my goody stuff in it. Wrenches, sockets. Yeah, we got a couple loose. Oh, that's the wrong size. We're just gonna snug everything up. Battery, everything looks good on this side. Check our bolts on the tank. Alright, fellas, had the boat about a year and a half. If that's all I gotta do in a year and a half, I'm okay with that. Alright guys, the next thing I want to show you, I'm not sure how many times you guys do this, but I try to do it. I can't say I do, but I try to do it before every time I take the boat out. But it's basically check behind your trolling motor propeller. You'd be surprised how much line you can collect in these things. Basically, you just loosen the bolt. A lot of them have a nut on them with a plastic insert in it, and it really helps it stay on and not loosen up. There's usually a small washer in here. It'll come off with it. I usually just cover it. That way I don't lose it. Yeah, there it is. So basically you got this small pin that moves back and forth. You can see right here, that's where it lines up. So you can't put it back on wrong. Looks like we're pretty clean here. Just want to inspect it. Make sure you don't have any line wrapped up all in there, because it will cut into the seal and everything else in there, and it just cause you problems. So basically, I like to turn that thing to the side so it can't fall out one way or the other. Put it basically middle. You can see where the groove is once again. Just fit it on until it pops all the way on, because it won't go on unless it's there. Put your washer back on, and then your nut. It's as simple as that. It's a quick, easy thing that will really help you out in the future. If you don't do it, it's one of them things you really should. Like I say, I don't do it every time, but I sure try to. I've heard too many problems, different people about it. And then just hold on to it and give her a nice snug tight down. All right, that's one more thing down. All right, guys, here's another good one. Your rub rail. I don't know if you can see it from there, but if you keep going down, whammo, sticking out like a sore thumb. Brandon Osting showed me how to repair these. I'm gonna do the same for you. Let me get set up. All right, guys, so this is the bumper guard. Basically, it's sticking out, and the reason it's sticking out is because there's a screw in there. Just peel that back, and you can see our culprit there. You can see they're spaced out throughout here to hold that on, that backing plate. So basically, what we want to do, the screw that's sticking out came out for a reason. It wiggled its way out somehow, which is odd, but they do. So what I'm gonna do now, he told me to use some caulk or something to put in there. My fix, Teflon tape. You can't beat it for any screw that keeps coming loose. Just put you a couple wraps on there. Of course, the way that you're gonna thread it in, you don't need much, just something in there to hold it tight. And then we'll put that baby right back in. That'll keep her secure, won't let it wiggle. Keep that boat looking good. Check a couple more while I'm here. All these seem to be tight. And that bump rail, it's easier if you put the bottom in first and just work it from one side to the other, pushing the top in. Make sure the bottom's locked in. It's got a groove on it, top and bottom. And then you could just pop it in once that bottom's locked in. Just like so. Just like downtown, fellas. So one of the other issues I have is taillights on the trailer. I'm not sure. I blame the guys pulling me out. Sometimes they go too fast. What happens is it'll be hanging. They're made to just pop in and pop out. You can change it by the connection here. But what I'm gonna do is get some of this crud out of here. I'm gonna take a damp rag and I'm gonna clean some of this up. So you can see what I'm getting out of there. I'm just gonna try to clean it pretty good around the sides where it's sealing. I'm not too worried about getting it super clean. What I'm gonna use is just some household caulk to help me keep it in. You want to clean around the rubber gasket, I guess is what you call it. And then I'm going to clean around the light also, just to get the dust, the dirt off, what have you. It's not going to take much to keep it in place, because like I said, it's made to just pop in and pop out. But I don't like it popping out every time I pull out. So I just have some household caulk, doors, windows, molding, trim, blah blah blah. The reason I'm using silicone is because it can peel off the plastic, it can peel off the light. There's some things, super glue, stuff like that, it could actually eat into the plastic of both and be a real issue later on. So This is clear silicone. I'm just going to put a little thin layer around. I'm sure it won't take a ton. I just want to hold it in place. Pop that light back in. Just give it something to grab onto. That way it doesn't push out so bad. I'll repeat on the other side. I don't think you guys need to see that, but hopefully that holds them in place. It gets to be a pain putting them in every time you pull out. So one other issue I'm having, last time I was out, I was pulling my cord to try to get my trolling motor out, and I mean it seemed like it's just getting tougher and tougher. I realize what it is now. It's the stand. If you look, it's got like no play to go up hardly at all now. What had happened is that came loose. So what I need to do is put a little pressure on it. Get that rod back up inside there. You can see how much play I have in it now. So basically what it was it was in a bind. I'm gonna tighten it up really good. Yeah, so now it comes out like a piece of cake. So just one more thing you guys be aware of. Your trolling motor starts getting hard to pull up. It could be cocked, it could be pitched from the stand if you guys have these. Just one more thing to pay attention to, keep track of. So I hope these things help you guys out. It's little things. You walk around a boat, you could find them every now and then. Trust me, there's always issues with them. Don't forget that Teflon tape on screws that constantly come loose. It helps hold them in pretty good, and they're still easy enough to take out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll walk you through some other stuff in the future. I'm sure I'll run into something. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys out there.